Here we go. Someone wants to hear that. Episode 1. I am Eric, joined always
by Q. What's going on, man?
That's Q over there. And today we've got John V.
John V's in the house.
John V in the house.
I am in the building.
Just there. John V was just there. And we didn't even know who he was at the time. But I think the whole day we were just partying with John V, and it was normal.
Like he was supposed to be there.
Right, like he was just supposed to be there. So we've always had this question of who John V
really is.
We know he came from New York, and that's all we know. We've known John V for how many years?
About 4 years.
4 years.
As a matter of fact, it'll be 4 years this month that I moved out here.
Oh, see? So we've known John V for 4 years, and we have no clue who he is. That's crazy stuff. So, New York. So, where in New York did you live?
The East Harlem neighborhood, Upper Manhattan.
Oh, shit. So, you were like in the city?
About, not the middle of the city, but about maybe 10, 20 minutes away.
Is that where the Globetrotters play?
That's where they're from.
Oh, okay.
That's where every one of them is from.
Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, they played at the Garden, Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
So.
The house.
Dang.
Yeah.
The house that Ruth built.
That's Yankee Stadium, fool.
Oh.
I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what a Yankee is.
It's the house that Jeter built now because it's a new Yankee Stadium. So
yeah, the house that Ruth built and the house that the city of New York decided to tear down.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you're how far from Yankee Stadium were you then?
On the subway train, about 3 stops away.
That's it?
Dang. So you were close. So you live like the New York lifestyle.
War.
When you were there, you straight up on the streets, living. Well, did you live on the streets? Because I'm picturing you as like
right before moving out here. That was part of what kind of played into the choice to come out to Nevada. I was struggling.
Oh dang, yeah, no, I could see that. Rent being $2,800 for 5 square foot.
Fucking a studio will run you 15, 16.
Just a studio.
And it's basic, nothing special about it.
Like my kitchen / bedroom / bathroom /
Exactly. Your refrigerator's at the foot of your bed. Like,
that's convenient.
Yeah, I mean it's right there.
Bad,
yeah.
But still, you wake up in the middle of the night and you're not paying attention. You fucking walk right into your fridge.
On your way to the toilet,
you ever
right behind
stub your
the
toe on the refrigerator after stepping out of bed?
So you lived in the city, you were like, so you were struck. Where did you work? Did you work when you were in New York?
The last job I had was housekeeping at a hotel, actually.
Housekeeping.
It was pretty good. I mean, it was a new...
John V's here.
It was a new spot, opened up. It was still under construction, actually, when I started working there. But, and it was a pretty cool spot.
Nice.
You know, kind of owned and operated by Chinese.
Okay.
Like, the majority of all the staff was Chinese there. I think I was just there, like, to fucking translate to the Spanish.
You're just a Puerto Rican dude.
You know, exactly. He speaks Spanish. We need one of those here.
Yeah, let's hire one. You're Puerto Rican?
Puerto Rican.
I always thought you were Dominican.
Puerto Rican. Well, so I guess that's 2 things we knew about John V. He's Puerto Rican and he's from New York.
From New York.
So New York. So you came out here. Okay, so this is a long ways to come. We're 3,000 miles away from New York-ish, right? Okay, so you had a job and stuff. So you were just struggling just in life in general when you were there.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Things happen, like, after my parents passing and shit like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, spiral
from
down.
bad to worse. You know what I mean?
Right, just snowballing.
New York is one of those places. If you're not on top of your game and you're not doing what you need to do, it'll fucking swallow you alive. You know what I mean? So,
Dang. Just like eat you alive money-wise, it'll just drain you.
Pretty much.
And then, of course, that drains you mentally and physically. I mean, you're just... So you said, fuck it, and I'm out of here.
It wasn't that easy. Fucking the world of online dating. Mm-hmm. I met a woman online from Fallon.
Okay.
And, like, I told her my struggles, everything was going on.
Hold on, you're not married. You don't even have a girlfriend right now, do you?
Okay.
I'm just me right now.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I mean?
So you met this girl online.
And you know, I kind of spoke to her about my struggles, and for a while she was there for me, being 3,000 miles away than my own family was. It's just one of those kind of things.
Oh yeah. You
Right.
get
Oh
hooked.
yeah. You
You
see
know,
connection.
so
Yeah.
and she'd always said to me, you know, if you ever want to leave New York, you can't take it anymore, come out here, I'll help you get on your feet, you know. And one day I had the money, I had a couple of extras saved away, and I said, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna get a ticket, I'm gonna get a flight, and I'm
going.
heading out.
Gone.
March fucking 30th, 2015.
Dang, did you just come out with like a backpack? Just like a carry-on, or?
The clothes on my back, a couple of $100, and maybe a couple of outfits, and that was
Dang,
it.
that's the way to
Wow.
travel. That's the way to go.
That's slim, just a couple $100.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I traveled to Reno and I gotta have.
You
yeah, I
can't
gotta
go to
have
Reno and
everything.
not spend a couple $100.
I was almost broke when I came out here. My brother took me to the airport, and right as I was getting out the car to head in, he handed me about $400 or $500.
Oh,
more.
nice.
You know
That's a
what
good
I mean?
brother though,
Yeah.
because he knew.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know, he knew, and he was.
that's brother shit right there.
Yeah.
Not gonna talk to you. I'm not gonna tell you shit. I'm just gonna give you some cash because I know.
He was sad, like, to see me go, but
Yeah.
at the same time, like you said, he knew the situation.
Yeah.
He knew I wasn't really into anything productive or shit that wasn't gonna get me into trouble.
Saw the
So,
best for you.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Exactly. You know,
So you moved out here with this. So you moved out here for this girl, basically. The new love, right?
well, not just for the girl, but yeah, that was a big part of it.
Yeah.
because,
Well, yeah, getting away in general, and
yeah, if she never offered me the place to stay,
you wouldn't have been coming into
I
that.
wouldn't be sitting here right now with you guys.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna travel across the country and not know where I'm gonna sleep from night to night.
Right.
You know?
It's a so this was a guarantee at that point. So it was
Yeah.
when you got here. What she was like 700 pounds, and she was just
Had
a
freckles all
ruthless
over.
cunt.
That no, she was actually all about, you know, trying to help me out and get where I needed to be after coming out here. Just her work what I needed to do as far as like getting out to places and introducing myself, putting myself out there.
Right. Applications and
You know,
networking and all
yeah,
that.
she would like sleep a lot because she worked the graveyard. And
Yeah.
she'll get up 3, 4 in the afternoon, and there's barely anything to do.
Yeah.
Right.
And you can't do
You know?
anything.
No,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah,
around
and
here.
You got an hour to run around and try to get stuff done.
Yeah, and it started pissing me off to the point where I just started looking shit up on my phone and just GPSing on my phone how to walk to Job Connect and
Yeah.
places
Different
like
places,
that.
yeah.
And that's basically how I got my first job. Fucking Wendy's.
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 Yeah, but I couldn't work there because of her schedule.
Exactly.
I could get there no problem. What it was is she started work at 11 and they didn't have me getting out of there till about midnight. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
so that wasn't
it was
working.
that even though it was just about an hour 45 minutes, there was no way, no
Yeah.
sitter
And
or
she needs the
anything.
You need the buffer to get home. She needs the buffer to get there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
no,
it
that makes
just,
sense.
I had to tell the lady like the day after she hired me that I couldn't
do
take
it.
the position. You know,
It's fast food, so she wasn't worried. It was just you were taking the first job that got thrown at you.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
pretty
for
much
sure.
because at this point she was already talking about, you know, having to do everything by herself basically because I wasn't bringing nothing in.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't have shit, you know what I mean? And yeah,
That money you already had was gone on just life.
Pretty
food.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
pretty much. And she had just moved into a new apartment. We had no furniture, nothing. You know what I mean? The first thing we bought was like a bedroom set.
Oh, so
we
she
can
was
have
like
something-
starting over in life too, then, kind of.
Pretty much. She had lived here prior, and then they went over to Florida, and then she came back.
Okay.
So she was already back here by the time, you know, I decided to come out here.
Right.
And
Damn, too bad she didn't stay in Florida. Florida's way better than this place.
I'm trying to tell you,
Yeah,
but
damn.
she kind of followed her family. Her family came back out here, so she came back out with them as
Right.
well too. So that was part of her choice to come back to Nevada from Florida.
Wow. That's some culture shock coming here from New York.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
for damn sure.
Big difference.
Yes, it was. I tell you what, coming
That's
back
like the concrete jungle where dreams are made of out there.
and over here was fucking wide open spaces. Don't get lost. We won't find you. Type shit.
We won't look for you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you travel 1 mile out of town any direction, you're lost.
Yeah,
Ooh,
like,
but you can
coming-
still see rattlesnake.
You're out in the desert. You can see the cross.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. Coming back from the airport towards Fallon, you know, that Reno Highway 80, and I'm like, just I see the mountains, and nothing else. I'm like, what the
Way
fuck
different.
did I get myself into here? You know, I was seriously second guessing my choice to come out here when I saw that.
Oh, I bet. And I mean, it's got to be just because you're an adult when you came out here.
Yeah.
Like when I moved here, when my family, because my dad grew up here, my mom's from the East Coast. I was born in Providence.
Okay.
And we moved here, but I was like 10 years old. So it was kind of culture shockish. It was like, wow, these people talk a little different, or, you know, they call things different, like bubbler for the water fountain.
Bubbler.
So they talk different, and yeah, it's crazy.
I'd have
Weird
looked at
shit.
you like you were fucking insane
Yeah,
telling me some shit.
and
like
I was a
that.
little kid, but you were an adult. You were already established. You already knew when you came out here.
John
so
V had been around the block.
yeah,
What,
around the block.
37, 38 when I moved out here?
Yeah, so fuck.
Damn.
So you were already, yeah. I mean, you got your man brain. You're already past that stupid 20s stage. You're even past that arrogant 30s stage. Came out here, living with that girl. You guys have basically nothing in your apartment. You get called for another job, or
I actually was walking over to Job Connect every fucking day.
demanding a job.
All I had was a pair of black slacks, one button-down shirt, and one tie.
Looking good though.
And I would go every day to Job Connect wearing the same goddamn
Clean
thing.
as fuck too.
Clean.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And they were offering more than just the cleaning position, and kind of like dangling the carrot in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you want to work here, there's a couple of other things you need to do. And
Right.
Right.
I took it, you know, and I took it, and I was there 3 years.
Yeah,
3
any
years.
job that gets thrown in your face.
Oh yeah,
That's
you
for
know,
sure.
absolutely.
Well, if you're actually trying to work and better your life, what
Exactly.
you're doing at
I
this
mean,
point.
I had no choice. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And being where I come from, and how we get out and hustle, and we find
you're
ours,
working.
and we make a way.
Yeah.
Sitting around just wasn't me.
Yeah, couldn't
You
do
know
it.
what I mean? I
Drive you
couldn't.
crazy
Oh,
because you know
oh,
you're not making
stir
money.
crazy
They was
for
driving
sure.
me bananas, and she would ask
See,
me
and
every.
I noticed about John V when we first met him. So he's got nice shoes on. He's got a nice hat. He's got
Always
looking clean. Always
Always
looking clean.
Thank you.
So that must have been a bummer. Like you had just a couple clothes. You went through your money. You guys had nothing. Like you couldn't even treat yourself to a fucking hat if
That-
you wanted to.
You
Not
know how
even
I
the
like
Santa
my hat.
Clara
Yeah,
49ers
that's
hat.
insane. Santa Clara 49ers hat. Yeah,
And that was one of the first hats I got out here. As a matter of fact, I think it
that
was
was a
the first
terrible
one.
choice.
The
Yeah,
first
that's a
time I
bad
ever went in
choice.
Big Five, I was just I wanted a hat so bad that
Because you could get it for yourself.
Yeah.
it was the only one they had. So I'm like, you know what? I'll start with this, and I still have that hat.
See, and that's crazy because that's probably what you think about when you see the hat. You're like, that was like the first thing I bought when I wasn't like when I got on my feet and treat yourself to some shit. That's how simple life is. That's crazy.
And
yeah.
It's always good to have a reminder of where you come from.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And you're
What
still
you've been
humble.
through.
I mean, you ride a bike out of choice.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dude,
John B
mobs
rides
are
everywhere
fucking bike.
out of choice.
Well, where I'm situated in town, it's close to
Perfect,
everything.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's close to the main drag, and I can basically walk.
yeah.
if I
And the
want
weather's
walk.
basically perfect here for a long time. So
Exactly.
yeah,
Don't
80
have to worry
degrees
get-
at 10 o'clock at night.
Worry about getting nailed by a yellow taxi cab crossing any streets or
Right.
anything.
Yeah, and I mean the odds of you getting fucked with here is super slim compared to
Oh, yeah.
back there. I bet.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
because-
you had to watch yourself back there. I bet.
You'd ride through a neighborhood on a bike, you know, and if the guys out there just wanted the bike,
Yeah.
they'll go after it.
Don't even
I mean,
need
we've
it. Oh, yeah.
done it plenty of times too in my neighborhood. You know, like look at this guy coming through. He's got a new
Yeah.
Cannondale. He's
You
got
were
a new
riding your
Trek.
bike through here. What?
And we would just taking it, and that would be like the neighborhood bike.
Yeah.
Anytime you needed to go somewhere,
Yeah.
take the
Take the
Cannondale.
bike, dude.
You
I
know
did
what I
it in
mean?
a
So,
neighborhood
yeah.
bike one time when everyone got a ride.
That's how it was. I mean, if you wanted it, you just took it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And if you let it get taken from you, it was over for you. That was your reputation.
Yeah,
forever.
you're a coward. You just
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
let it happen to you.
You can't walk. You can't do anything.
Yeah.
You know
But
what I
see,
mean?
back east, people are more. It's different over here. People from the East Coast, they just say it. Dang.
That's the big thing. You not only just to say it, but to fucking do
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
So you worked at this place, and it's funny. You worked with Christine at this
Yeah.
place, right? That's funny. Christine.
Before she was mama.
Before she was
Before she
mama.
was mama. Yeah.
The oldest trick in the book. That's funny.
And let me tell you, I don't know if it was the job, but she just always looked angry. Like,
Oh,
No,
she's a
that's
bitch.
just her. Yeah.
you know what I mean? And she was one of those co-workers where you see them all the time, and you're like, hey, you know, I'm going to say hi one day, get to know her. I work with her.
Right.
And
Never happened.
I would start to, and then she'd have that mean look on her face. I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
fuck that. I'll go meet somebody else.
Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to this guy over
You
here.
know, this guy's at least smiling. You know what I
Right.
mean? So, yeah.
Dang. So you're okay. So you got this job. You're rolling for a couple years. So you're good. You're like on your feet, and then you left this job for a better job.
It was very interesting, this other job, because you see a little bit of everyone.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And you guys know what it was all about.
Yeah.
Had to do,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
you know, treatment and recovery, and the people I've seen, and the personalities and stories I've heard. It kind of reminded me of home.
Oh, I bet.
You know?
Because it's a wreck.
The fucking
And it
people-
feels good, I bet, on your end because you just kind of mentor people all day,
Look at-
kind of help people
and
out, and
I can
people are at the
fucking-
bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, oh,
You're
yeah.
helping them out.
Yeah.
and I can relate.
Yeah.
You know
Oh,
what
yeah.
I mean? I've seen people, I've been in some of those situations, and, you know, and they'd look at me like, wow, I had no idea. You know, and it was very interesting to say the very least about
Yeah.
that spot. But I lasted 3 years there.
Yeah.
Hey.
You know, worked my way up to from just a cleaner, scrubbing
Mm-hmm.
the toilets, to actually working with clients and
Right.
you know, helping them get on their feet when
through
they
their
left.
recovery.
And, you know
Well, it's
what I
because
mean?
you're not an idiot. You can talk to John V for about 5 minutes, and you realize he's not an idiot.
Right.
Thank you.
And there's a lot of idiots around here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. A lot of
There's a whole
I've-
lot of idiots around
I've
here.
seen a
shit.
bunch of those. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's take it back to New York. So, okay, so you were born and raised in New York.
Born and raised
born and raised
Yankees fan.
Mets fan.
Mets fan.
I was born and raised into a Mets
Yeah,
household.
Giants and Mets. That always confused me because
know what I
I
mean?
swore he was supposed to be a Yankees fan.
No,
He grew up
When I heard that.
three stops away from.
Because
Yankee
if you're a
Stadium.
Mets fan, you're supposed to be a Jets fan,
the
right?
majority of
A
people
lot
out
of them.
there, like, it's weird.
Yeah.
Well, I became a Giants fan when we first got cable TV, actually, because I could catch the games now on TV. You know what I
Right.
mean? They had the Madison Square Garden
And they're always
network.
prime time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's when I got, you know, into the Knicks, because now I can see them every
Yeah.
night. WWF wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
There was a channel called Sports Channel, had the Mets on.
Who's your favorite wrestler?
Who's my favorite wrestler?
Hacksaw Jim Duggan for me.
Ooh.
Well, I'm kind of partial to the Ultimate Warrior a little
Ooh.
bit.
Warrior.
That's my
I got to
dude.
go with the racist Hulk Hogan, man.
Oh yeah,
Hulkamania.
brother. What are you gonna do, brother?
the 24-inch fucking python.
His pythons,
crazy.
dude.
See, I imagine living in New York. Okay, if I was just a young buck in New York, I'm running around with gangs, right? Because that's what New York is. I would assume.
Well, in my neighborhood, we didn't do gangs,
Mm-hmm.
but it's that neighborhood where everybody knows everyone. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like somebody else's mom could come and slap you for being out of line.
Right,
and,
right.
you
That's
know,
how it should be.
Yeah,
Community
and
That's
your
how
own-
tight.
that's how it should be everywhere.
Exactly, and your own parents would be like, you know, you tell them, "Hey, Miss Sadie slapped me earlier. What the fuck did you do?"
What did
What
you
did
say
you
to her?
do?
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Were you
yeah.
running
Well,
your mouth?
exactly.
And they'll slap you again without even you coming out with a story.
Oh, so you out here fucking around?
Yeah.
You getting in trouble? Well, come here, let me talk to you.
Yeah.
And it'd be another ass whipping.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
See, and you grew up around what was that community mainly? I'm assuming Puerto Ricans,
It was-
Italians, black people,
Well, yeah, it was the projects, of
two
course.
white guys maybe.
Where the blacks and
gotta be a
Puerto
couple
Ricans
white
in the
guys.
projects.
Right.
The street right outside of the projects was Pleasant Avenue,
Mm-hmm.
which is where the Irish Italians were.
Okay.
You know, and you get your Mahonies and your
Right.
Lombinos and you know, yeah, no, but those were some of the names out there.
Yeah.
you
Oh
know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
yeah.
The Vitalis
Yeah.
and the Gudicis,
The Morellis, yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
shit like
Oh,
that,
yeah.
and but
The sarsaparillos.
you know, and there was never really like any problems with them. Like they'd have their stickball tournaments, they do like all the fireworks and shit like that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Community fireworks.
Pretty
shows.
much. I mean, and that's I mean,
New York City.
you know, you knew Pleasant Avenue was the Italians. You don't go down Pleasant Avenue fucking around.
It's just not your area to fuck around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
You free to walk through there, free to walk by, I'm sure. You didn't fuck around over
Exactly,
there.
and you know they
You didn't sell drugs over there?
No, they sold.
They sold their own
fireworks
drugs.
for 4th of July out there. You know, and you go in a fucking hole in the wall, and it will open up into a big room full of fireworks,
Wow.
and like
Hey.
10 Italians in there. Hey,
Way
what,
illegal
What
back
do you
then.
want? Hey, yeah, you know what I mean? I got it all.
Yo, I got so many fireworks.
Hey,
for
don't
you.
fucking kill yourself, though, kid. You know what I mean? Don't blow up the project.
Don't JPP your fucking hand.
Oh my God! So
Dang, that's crazy.
Pleasant Avenue.
See, in
That's
here,
like Schurz.
yeah, you can just drive to the reservation and you can load up on 10 grand worth of fireworks and
Yeah.
nobody says anything to you.
As long as you light them off on Indian land.
Yeah, and even if you don't, it's whatever.
Gives a shit.
But back there, you fuck around in the city, it's some problems. I remember my mom. I didn't really understand because I was so young, but my mom used to tell me things like that. Because, well, I don't think you know my mom, but
No.
if you know my mom, she's full Italian, real loud. I think she was like the third or fourth person to spit on Mussolini's hanging body. I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
She was like in the Italian mob, I'm pretty sure. But she always used to tell me that. Hey, don't screw around over there. I'm serious. Don't screw around over there. Because they knew, because they're adults. They know the areas. They know that there's operations in this area and these people kind of run this there. It's crazy. It's way, way different back there. It's pretty unreal.
You don't fuck around where you don't belong.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Did you ever fuck around where you don't belong?
A couple of times.
Oh, yeah,
and-
you have
and
to.
We've been chased out of so many places.
Young and dumb, though,
You know,
right?
like even going to visit a girl, like in another housing project. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like some Romeo and Juliet shit.
I
right?
mean,
Papa
one-
The
says no.
forbidden. Yeah.
So one night,
You're breaking your mother's heart.
You're breaking your mother's heart.
don't talk to them boys from over there, you know. But one night, a friend of mine and I were visiting some girls out there in another project, and we're sitting in the staircase, and we're just chopping it up with these girls, laughing,
Chilling.
joking, you know, trying to finger blast them.
Oh, yeah,
whatever
trying
the
to-
case, you know what I mean? And some guys come out of the fucking at the bottom of the staircase. Some dudes come out. Where you guys from, and where you know these girls
Yeah.
from? And we're like, you know, it was two of them, and two of us. So we're tough.
Right.
Like,
These are
fuck
our
you.
pussies, homeboy.
Yeah, like fuck you. What the fuck? You know what I
Find your
mean?
own tail.
Yeah.
Then behind us, we hear the door upstairs opening, and all we hear is footsteps coming down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like I swear to God, like maybe 10 different sets of footprints coming down the stairs behind us. And when we look, it's like about 15 dudes up there.
Damn.
Yeah.
And when I tell you the toughness left us, really
Oh,
quick,
fast.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Real quick.
Oh yeah, 'cause they would have just hemmed us up in that staircase, and it would have been over for us.
Hell yeah.
Oh, you'd have been done. If you didn't get killed, you were getting beat and just left.
Exactly.
And you weren't remembered
You know,
nothing.
and it was back in those times where you'd be laid up in the staircase, beat up, and somebody would walk right by you and not even.
Because, yeah, it ain't their business.
Yeah.
None
Because
of
their
it
mom
is,
was
yeah.
telling them,
Oh, yeah.
don't
Yeah.
fuck around over there.
You know,
That person was fucking around over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
it was back in the times where if you were on fire, somebody wouldn't piss on your leg to help put out the flames. You know what I mean?
That was like 80s? Or was that 90s?
Late
Late 80s,
80s,
early 90s?
more early 90s, because I was still kind of young, late 80s. You know what I mean?
When rap was good.
When rap was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
You know, now it's a bunch of bullshit. But
Just trash.
back to, you know, the whole thing, the whole 90s, from the 90s
Mm-hmm.
into the 2000s, and then I start getting into trouble, and
Right.
You
But
know.
you're younger. You're trying, like you said, you're trying out there, you're out there trying
Got to
to
make a
pound
name
puss.
for yourself.
yeah,
Right.
It's John V.
Just out here
Exactly.
pounding puss, trying to find women, hanging at partying. I mean, just doing
Doing you, man.
That's normal stuff. You can get hemmed up pretty quick just being
oh yeah,
normal, especially fucking with somebody's daughter or somebody's. Yeah, there's always.
exactly. And you had to walk through a group of 10 to 15 guys just to get into the lobby of the building where you're trying to go see this girl.
Ooh,
you know
and
what
if
I mean?
one of them don't know you, they're saying something.
Oh yeah.
And then everybody don't know you.
Like you have to know. It's like I compare it a little bit to the mafia. Like you know how they gotta prove your lineage way back to
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
the
Yeah.
fucking Italy and all this.
I
other
knew your
stuff.
grandfather.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was a fucking great guy and
Yeah.
all this other shit. But they would ask you, where you going?
Mm-hmm.
Who do you know? Where do you know them from?
Where are you from?
What's her mother's name?
Yeah.
What's her brother's name? You know, give the wrong answer to any one of those questions, and it was on.
So yeah, nothing. If something doesn't jive with it, it's
And
over.
it was on, and we would do the same thing where I grew up at. Who you coming
right.
to see?
People come in there.
Where the fuck you? No.
Yeah,
You
it's
better
just
go.
protecting your own is really
Like,
what
pretty
it is.
much,
what
that's
it
what
comes
it
down
was.
to. Because yeah, I mean it sounds terrible when 15 dudes come down the stairs, but I'm assuming you didn't get your ass kicked. You were just scared,
Well,
and that was the
they
point
gave-
they were trying to do.
They gave us 1.5 seconds to get out of that staircase.
Dang.
That was enough.
And you guys flew out of there.
I think we took maybe less than a second to get past those two guys at the bottom and just keep running down the stairs. And all you heard, though, like I said, was footprints behind us,
Just
footsteps.
rolling.
You know, and it was fucking
Pussy's
crazy.
powerful, not that powerful. Though.
Ugh. No.
It wasn't worth the ass whipping back then.
No.
But I thought I was tough, too. Me and
That's
my
too
boy.
many dudes, though.
Yeah.
There's a point. There's a point
Oh,
when
yeah.
it's. I mean, I could handle myself. I'll take out John Jones, no problem. I'd fight him probably 3 minutes. I would probably knock him out. But I can handle myself. But yeah, you get 12, 15 dudes. Nobody's handling themselves.
Exactly.
They're handling you. They're
Exactly.
pulling you by every limb you have.
Oh yeah,
and
you're
your
just
toes.
done.
Yeah, listen, I'll see you at the school or someplace else, but
not
yeah,
here.
I'm not coming to see you where you live at. Fuck you, and yeah, I'm not doing it, you know. And other people felt the same way about coming to our neighborhood. You're not going over there.
Yeah, you only see your own people. It's
Exactly.
it's pretty crazy because it's like living in an apartment building. You see somebody that doesn't live there, red
Oh,
flag
yeah,
goes up.
everybody
You're like, what's
knows.
this person
Exactly.
doing here?
Everybody
and
knows.
everyone knows. Yeah. Oh
Exactly.
yeah.
And that's how it was. You could be just passing through, visiting somebody, but all eyes
They wanna
were
check
on
you out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
they want to know what you're doing there.
You know, we wouldn't say nothing to you, but we damn sure were watching
Mm-hmm.
what building you went to, if you spoke to somebody, who you spoke to.
Well, and it's a big thing back there because, I mean, you have so many apartment buildings, these tall buildings, 30, 40, 50, 200 stories.
Well, mine was 16.
And, yeah, see, even that, though, if I'm like, okay, I'm going to go up to the 12th floor and I'm going to start opening doors, see which one's open, I'm going to rob that motherfucker, whoever's in there. People did that.
Oh, yeah.
People do that still. It's happening right now, I
So
bet.
crazy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And, where are the police at?
Man,
You
look,
get in, you're out, it's over.
We did that.
So that's why you got to protect. You got to fucking. It's like a screening process almost for people that are coming into your area.
Yeah, in our very young days, we would go through the parking lot of the projects where we lived in and look in all
Check
the
out
windows and
vehicles.
see who had, like, loose change
Yeah.
in the little change container and pull the doors
Yeah.
and, you know what I mean? And that time, we were just looking for, like,
Cash.
fucking, yeah, but for chips and soda and candy and shit.
Yeah, for dumb
Oh, yeah.
shit.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
But-
You're not looking to actually harm somebody. You're not in there like, okay, I'm gonna.
On a candy bar.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Trying to get a
And-
Butterfinger.
Trying to get that golden
But-
ticket to Willy Wonka's chocolate
You
factory.
damn right.
Damn it.
Right down the road from where John V lived.
Yeah.
And but we still had the respect for the elders out there.
Right.
Like whose mom that is, whose dad that is.
Oh, because they run shit back
you
there.
know,
Yeah.
yeah, and we would see them and we would just take off running.
Yeah.
Because we know if he saw us or she saw us, she's going back to my mother, she's going back to my father, and it's just gonna be an ass whipping. It's gonna be all bad. All bad.
Did you ever
So-
get your ass whooped?
Oh, plenty of times. Plenty of times. The first time I got caught playing hooky was actually by the principal of the school.
Oh man.
And she comes around the corner and I'm walking back home. And she says, "Where were you today?" I'm like, "I was in school." And she was like, "No, you weren't."
She's like, I was looking for you for 3 hours straight.
No,
Hey,
you
no,
weren't.
you weren't, John V.
And I'm walking with my cousin, and she tells my cousin, "When you guys get home, tell his mother that he wasn't in school today, that he played hooky."
Uh-oh.
And if you don't tell her, he
And
knows.
you're like, what the f
No.
is a hooky?
And the
Yeah,
whole
what the hell is a hooky?
You know, and the whole time I'm like, "You can't tell. Don't tell my mother. Don't tell my
Yeah,
mother."
don't rat on me. Yeah,
As soon as we get upstairs, Titi,
because the adult told her to do it.
you know,
Yeah.
he was like, "Titi," and they used to call me by my middle name, Michael. And as soon as we get upstairs, Titi, the principal said Michael wasn't in school today.
Over.
Where were you? I was in school.
Oh shit.
Titi, the principal said he wasn't there. He wasn't in school. And
Oh,
he,
so you're trying to lie?
but he keeps on. You know what I'm saying? And she's like,
Damn.
okay, okay, mijo, thank you. I'll talk to your mother
Yeah.
later. Go home. I
Oh,
love
no.
you. Oh, Titi, I love you too. Mwah.
Yeah,
Kisses
precious.
my mother on the cheek and everything.
What a nice lady.
Man.
You saw that whole door close, like wide open all the way to
Listen,
shut.
so I get in the house and I run to my bedroom.
Of course. Right.
I already know what's coming.
Straight to it. Holding your
You
ass
know what I
already.
mean? And it was prototypical. I went and ran and fucking dove under the bed. And,
She was
Get
already
out.
under. She was already under there.
get out,
Yeah, she was under the bed with you.
and she's yelling at me to get out, get out, get out. And at that time, my dad had a little souvenir wooden bat from Yankee Stadium.
Ooh.
And she grabs this bat and starts like sweeping the floor with it, trying to get me to come out the other side of the bed.
Like a mouse under like a fridge or
He's
something.
been a Mets
trying to
fan
get
ever
out.
since.
Yeah, I never hated the Yankees as much as I did that goddamn day when I got my ass whipped with a Yankee bat. You know what I mean?
So you're
And I made it out. I got out the
can
other side of the
picture
bed.
Right.
You know?
just
And
whacking him in the face.
my saving grace was, though, when I did get out the other side of the bed, she dropped the bat and just went to wailing on me.
Straight up pain.
There was nothing I
Did she
could
have?
do.
Did your mom wear rings?
No.
Oh, because my mom wore rings, and when she slapped you, backhanded you, your lips were getting cut.
Busted you wide.
Yeah, I got hit, I think, once in the face by my mom, and that was it.
You ever heard the expression, beat somebody like they stole something from you?
Oh yeah,
Those were the ass whippings I would get.
damn. But you loved your mom, right?
Of course.
Yeah, I was gonna say because
Because
I think I
she'd
remember.
whoop his ass if he did.
Yeah, if you didn't love her, she was beating the
See?
shit out of you.
And that would be me fucking up, though, and doing
Yeah,
things to,
she's trying to let you know, like, stop doing
yeah,
that dumb shit.
It wasn't like I'd come home one day and she'd just slap me
just
upside
start
my
beating.
fucking
Yeah,
head.
yeah,
just
like a drunk
because.
parent,
You didn't
just being an
You
asshole.
deserved
You know what
it.
I mean?
Every one of them.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
did.
And if you realize that as a kid, you're gonna be a great adult, I think, because
Exactly.
you're like, man, I should have.
Nope. But there was always food, you know. My parents growing up, they drank and they drugged a lot. You know,
It's that
everybody
age
and their
group
mother
that-
was.
Yeah, it's,
Right.
it's
Oh,
the
yeah.
age they were.
Yeah.
Like family would come over, they'd go in the bathroom and smoke a couple of joints in there. And
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm going crazy waiting for them to come out so I can run in there just smell it.
Still up the hot bar.
You know, yeah, exactly. And but yeah, and there would be times though where my parents would drink so much to the point of passing out, and I'd get up
And
the
you're
middle
like
of the night.
awake.
Yeah, I'd be asleep, and then I'd get up in the middle of the night, and my mom's passed out on the kitchen floor, and I'd go and shake her and try to wake her up, and she wouldn't fucking move. I mean, she was so fucked up. You know what I mean? That I can't count how many times I thought my mom or my dad was fucking dead.
Yeah, didn't even know what was happening. You don't
know what I
know
mean?
the power of
Yeah.
alcohol at this time.
Exactly.
Like you don't even know
I don't.
really.
Right.
You know you probably know by this point like they're partying, they might be doing drugs,
They're
they might
probably
be
having
doing
a good ass time.
alcohol, like
Yeah.
might be drinking too much alcohol, but
Yeah, my
yeah,
mother,
you don't know what's happening. Really.
Yeah, my mother would sleep with a bottle of Bacardi in her nightstand.
Dang.
A bottle of
But she was a
Bacardi
good
or-
mom though. That's cool. I mean, she
Cardi,
was,
yeah, at
see,
least, yeah.
that's
That's
the
cool though, because
shit.
she balanced her fucking life. She knew she was a kind of a wreck with drinking. Probably she was probably self-aware of that shit. She probably
yeah.
knew,
But like I
but she'd
said,
handle her
yeah.
shit. She'd be up for work.
Everything was
sounds
taken
like.
care of.
Yeah. Well, my mom was a stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
So she just basically stood home every day. But house, clothes, food, everything that's supposed to happen at home
Mm-hmm. Everything
was
was clean,
happening.
right.
My dad would drink and drug right along with her. But goddamn, if that man didn't get up and take his ass to
Completely
work
functional.
every fucking day. And my dad worked in a grocery store 7 days
Yeah.
a week.
See, and that's why you work now.
Yeah,
That's
my-
why you've
oh,
always
yeah.
worked your whole life.
That's why you're right.
You know-
you don't mind riding a bicycle or
My
walking
pops-
anywhere, getting
yeah.
a job.
My pops had no days
Yeah.
off. You know what I mean?
So you guys probably walk back and forth to like the grocery store and shit.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember doing that with my parents when they didn't have a car.
Would your mom give you a list?
Oh
take-
yeah,
to take to
oh
the
yeah. When I
grocer?
started riding
No.
a bike, when we moved here, not back
Uh-huh.
back in Providence, because I would have got lost. But here, when we moved here, yeah, she gave me a list, tampons and shit,
Oh,
pads and shit.
That's the reason why I asked you, because I used to hate going to get it was the Kotex back
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
then. Like, what
yeah.
the I
With
used
wings.
to hate it.
Man.
And it was the big fucking pillow Kotex.
And it's funny because your mom doesn't care. Your mom's like, "What do you mean you don't want to get them?"
And the grocers back then knew us kids didn't like going to get them
Oh, yeah.
because they would never bag them.
Oh,
And
no,
you had
you're
to carry
old.
them
No.
under- yeah, I had to tuck it under my shoulder like a fucking
Oh,
football.
no. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, John D
Yeah.
uses the jumbos.
Jumpy's heavy. He's on the heavy cycle today.
Don't fuck with him. He's, yeah, but back then, and
I used to go to the store. My mom would give me a 20, and I'd steal half the stuff because you can get like a whole cart of groceries for $20. Throw the expensive stuff in my pockets and stuff or whatever, and then pocket the rest of the cash.
yeah, my mom knew exactly how much was being spent, though. Yeah, it's like I guess she would see the list, and I always thought she would made another list and add it all up while I was gone.
Had it exact.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
To
yeah.
see
or at least,
what I'm coming
or at least
back
within
with.
a few cents and had an idea. Yeah,
exactly.
because she's an adult. Again, she knew this. Yeah, she knows these
Exactly.
things.
She probably got on her like her Walmart app and put everything in the shopping cart and saw the total after tax.
You know,
Right.
if there was Walmart out there back then, she probably would have. She probably would
Yeah,
have.
I mean, it was all about Kmart back there.
Oh, it wasn't even no Kmart.
Kmart, I remember Kmart
Not
back
in Harlem.
What's
not in
a
the
Kmart?
there.
projects.
Well, yeah, not in there.
The hell is a
Hell fucking
Kmart?
no.
Yeah, Kmart's are gone
We had
now.
Sal's Grocery. We had George. We had a Dirty Joe sandwich shop. You know what I mean?
Those aren't real places,
Yeah,
Johnny.
those are real fucking places. And we would get Dirty Joe's every Saturday.
Dirty Joe's. I'm gonna look that up.
Spiced
See
ham
if there's still
and
Dirty
cheese
Joe's.
sandwiches.
See if they're
Is
still
there still
dirty.
Dirty Joe's in New York?
No, it was
No?
like a neighborhood, neighborhood owned.
Okay, I see. It
Oh,
wasn't
it
like
was
a
local
chain or
thing.
anything.
It was a local thing, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sandwiches back then, a hero would cost you $1.25 back then.
A what?
A hero sandwich, spice ham and cheese.
Yeah,
with
you
mayo.
can fucking eat out,
Dang.
straight up cold cut sandwich, probably beautiful thing, tons
Yeah.
of meat on it. Yeah.
beautiful
You can't buy that.
sandwich.
You can't even go to Subway
No.
and get something.
I don't know. But that was our breakfast every Saturday. Like shit like that is what I'm talking about. Even though my mom and dad had their shit going on.
Like there's plenty of function. Q sees them every day at the pawn shop. Functioning crackheads,
Functioning
Oh, yeah.
crackheads.
functioning alcoholics.
Which totally blew my mind. Like you wouldn't think that something like that.
Right? No, there's no
you can't-
possible
you can't
way.
function off.
No.
Yeah, you can still hold a job. You can still
Yes,
do
you
that.
can.
It's
Like
insane.
I don't do it. I wouldn't recommend it for anyone. Don't mess with it. But it's weird seeing people like completely functioning off of it.
Paying
It's-
bills, like
Exactly.
everything.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And the
Yeah.
bills your parents had
It's
back in the
insane.
day. I mean, phone bills and stuff. Things were cheap.
Oh yeah.
Cheap back then, but they had to make real money. Your dad had to make some cash because
yeah.
I'm sure whatever house you grew up in, whatever apartment you grew up in, whatever it was, what 1,000?
No,
1,000 a
you
month?
see, that's the beauty of project living.
Uh-huh.
You don't pay light, you don't pay gas, all that.
Well, a lot of them are rent controlled too.
Now it is. Back then, it was more like based on your income, and you would get help from welfare too.
Okay,
Back then, a lot of people had their
when it
rent.
was used for what it was actually supposed to be
Exactly.
used
Like what it was meant to
a lot,
be.
a lot of people had their rent paid through welfare.
and they still worked.
and you still had to go and recertify.
Your dad
and-
worked
and things
7
like that.
days a week.
See, but that was never reported. That was
Right.
always under the
Under-
books.
Right.
But
Right.
that was besides like the welfare. And
But it was
everything.
necessary to live.
Exactly.
You needed it
because
yeah.
that was the clothes money. That was
the extra money for the
furniture,
food you didn't have, the
fucking
food,
beds
everything.
to sleep
You
on.
guys weren't sitting around
Yeah.
eating bags of Cheetos and Doritos all day, getting fat, just
Right.
living off
No.
the
Little John V
Yeah.
tore a hole in his fucking jeans. We need to get him new jeans.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you know,
you
and
went for
that was
everything.
one thing though. Like if your shoes or whatever started getting fucked up, they'd replace it like
Oh, yeah.
really quickly.
You had to wear them
Dang,
until
really?
they died. I
oh
bet.
yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that's how my parents were. They were pretty frugal with stuff like that.
And the hand me downs. You
Yeah.
get your big brother's jeans.
Yeah,
and
I'm the youngest, so yeah,
You know what I
kind
mean?
of know how that goes for
with,
sure.
with coats. And,
Well,
Yeah.
and you were the only black kid of all of you.
Yeah, I wore a
So
fuck
you
ton
were
of white
treated
clothes.
especially bad.
Yeah, like here's these white clothes for you, guy.
Here's
Thanks, mom.
these polo shirts and these K-Swiss shoes. Strap them up.
The tongue flipped around though. That was cool.
Yeah, I remember that.
See, back then, we were wearing kangaroos,
Ooh,
and kangaroos always had like a secret pocket somewhere on the shoe, and fucking Olympians and
did you have pumps?
USA.
Yeah, the Reebok pumps,
wait,
right?
wait.
You
What
know
is a-
what?
what is
That was actually like an extravagance back then.
Oh, those were nice.
To get, like, some Reebok
professional
pumps.
basketball players are wearing those.
Or I tell you what, the Patrick Ewing Adidas.
Ooh, Pat, you.
If you had a pair of those,
Those
you
were
were
money.
fucking balling back then.
Dang.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I gotta cue that up. What is
Patrick Ewing Adidas had a
those?
big old.
I'm gonna
fucking-
look
Now,
those
did
up.
you have that growing up? Like, say
I
there was
had-
Jordans out. Did your parents buy you Jordans?
Growing up, I had one pair of Jordans.
Because Jordan, we got to watch Jordan. We got to
Yeah.
watch Jordan actually do his thing.
Jordan's
and for
pretty
those of you who
selfish.
think LeBron James is the best basketball player of
Hell
all time,
fucking no.
you got to watch some Michael Jordan.
Those are fucking sick, dude. I'm buying a pair of those next paycheck.
What are those?
Patrick Ewing.
Are you looking them up?
Oh yeah, queued it up. Check this out. Yeah, these things are pretty tight.
Yeah, you see with
Ooh.
the New York
New
Knicks
York
colors.
Knicks colors.
Yeah, I don't like the Knicks, but I'd rock those. Those
Ooh,
are
but
tight.
Patrick Ewing was something special to watch, though.
He was
too.
the one off
He was
the
pretty good.
Snickers commercial, right? Patrick Chewing.
He was a
Patrick Chewing.
Okay, you said kangaroos. What are kangaroos?
Kangaroos was another brand, kind of like on the low end.
Dang, I type in kangaroo and first thing comes up is kangaroos shoes.
Exactly. That's them right there.
It's like the girls; they were all wearing jellies or Mary Janes, right?
Exactly, and it had like a little. You see, it had the little kangaroos.
Yes,
Exactly, it had
sir.
the kangaroo. Now, every one of those kangaroo shoes you see there, somewhere is a hidden pocket. Like on the tongue, there's
okay.
Velcro.
You just know it just by
Yeah.
knowing the brand.
Those look like
Exactly.
That's
Nike
the thing they did.
Cortezes.
Fucking kangaroos, and then
man.
Olympians, USA 9000s or
Ooh.
900s or something like that.
See, I'm not a sneakerhead. Are you a sneakerhead?
I am now.
Are
I
you?
am. I've always been because we would get the low ends, and I always wanted the Jordans or the Cortez, like you said a
Right.
few minutes ago. You know what I mean? Like
See,
you
I
would
never got into that. I always felt like they were just like if I bought a pair. I had a pair of Jordans one year for basketball when I played basketball, but they were too expensive. I was like, "Fuck, I'm not buying
Yeah.
them."
Yeah, I used to.
And now
be
they're like
into,
$200, 150,
yeah.
200, 300.
I used to be into LeBrons. I'd have to get a new pair of LeBrons every year. I ended up
Ron
with,
Braun made some nice
like
shoes.
5 or 6 pairs. The last pair I bought were like $250 or something stupid like that.
Some
for a pair of
Iversons
shoes.
though. I had some I3s.
Yeah.
You ever have any of those?
Yeah,
those
I
are some
had a couple
nice
of those.
shoes.
That's after I started like
Those are
I
ridiculous.
have no idea what those are, but I'm buying those, dude. Anti-gravity boots.
Yeah, they're just like
I thought they were rollerblades with tracks on them, like quad tracks.
like all-wheel drive, like
Yeah.
all-terrain rollerblades.
Yeah, but I guess they're anti. I guess you can jump fucking high. There's no sizes. I don't know. They don't come in inside.
Yeah, that's gonna be discontinued soon.
oh yeah,
That's gonna get
anti-gravity.
people hurt. Yeah, 35 kids snap their necks after buying these
Fuck
anti-gravity
your
boots.
hoverboards.
Oh.
We're defying gravity.
All for $170.
That's right.
Damn, but looking at these kangaroos on the screen, like it's taking me back right now.
Because you remember them in the store, I bet. Right in the
Yeah.
window, you're like, damn, I want
They
those
had
kangaroos.
Like the high end, not really high end, but
Ruse?
the
Was that-
famous.
But you knew the difference. People knew the difference.
We
yeah.
had a store called Fabco, and that was like where you get your sneakers, your dress shoes for your assemblies or parties or whatever, and that's where you would find kangaroos at Fabco. And the Fabco in my neighborhood is still there.
Damn, kangaroos.
See,
That's
but those
great.
right
What about
there,
Chucks? You wore Chuck
like,
Taylors, I'm sure.
nah.
All-Star Chuck.
You never wore
Taylors.
Chuck Taylors?
No, we would wear Vans, not Chuck Taylors
Okay.
or Converse. We had Vans. You know, those obscene, ridiculously colored, puke green
Yeah.
Vans and shit like that.
Huh.
Dang,
That's what
really?
we wore.
Yeah.
See, but those there on the screen, they're newer. Like, I
Yeah.
don't really recall those. The
Yeah,
ones
those
back
are. You
then-
can tell too. The soles and stuff. Those are new style. Yeah, those look like the Nike.
Yeah.
What are they? The
I
Air
saw-
Max or whatever.
I saw some there that looked like some Air Max.
I'll have to type in vintage.
Yeah.
John B's vintage.
Like that second row, that second pair, those
Oh,
are the ones
shit.
I remember.
Those are the ones that Zero stole.
Damn, yeah, from
that movie
Sweet Feet,
Holes.
Livingston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
those
are
are
for
ones.
sure. Yeah, he stole those for sure. Dang, looking back,
All
now, I
right,
would've
now,
stolen
look
Those,
at-
that's
look
like
at
the
the
same
tongue.
style as the i3.
You see the zipper
Oh yeah,
on
the
the
zipper
tongue?
right there. Yeah.
Oh, it does.
Yeah. Kangaroos.
That's
with
funny.
Stash
And then
sneakers.
you're always thinking, okay, well I could put $3 in there for the phone calls or
a
whatever.
dollar bill
Yeah.
or something like that. You
Put
know,
my key in there.
running around, hanging
You
out
could
with
put your weed in there.
hanging out with your friends back then. You know, you'd have your little $1, $2 to get your candies
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, and then
Everybody
somebody
bends over to get it out.
or if not would keep an extra $1 in there. So when you're not with them anymore, or you're on your way home, you get yourself something
Right.
else. You know what I mean?
I used to keep quarters in my shoes actually.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, I don't remember where I kept them. I used to keep quarters to use payphones until 1-800-CALL-ATC came out.
Yeah.
And I was like hitting my dad. My dad's like, "No, I don't accept."
Just calling your dad.
You have a
collect.
call from Dad. I'm being raped. You need to pick me up.
Come pick me up. Everybody left, please.
Do you
Hurry
think
up.
that these shoes were the origin of jacking dudes' shoes? Like, to punk dudes? Like, give me them shoes. Because they had money in the tongue.
Because they had
or some
money.
shit.
They had cash in them.
Back then, like, if you had somebody that was in a bad way, it didn't really matter what the fuck you had. If they wanted it, they'd come after it.
Like, I like that gray sweater.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like if you
That's the
wanted
city living though.
You know?
Yeah.
Survival of the
It's like
fittest.
prison rules,
if you were
concrete
in
jungle.
if you were in a bad way and
Where dreams are made of.
and you were cold and somebody came through with that nice 8-ball jacket or the starter jackets came out.
Those are back now.
Oh man,
Man,
back with a
listen,
vengeance.
Yeah, I'm about to give me one of them.
Those starters, people were getting gotten for those
Oh, yeah.
all the time. And the 8-ball
See, and it's just a
jackets.
matter of what I need right now. It's like, okay, I'm standing on the street right now, and I'm fucking freezing.
Yep.
And that guy walks by.
with a nice starter.
I need
or-
that shit.
or
I need it
triple
right now.
fat
Yeah.
goose. Remember the triple fat
Oh
goose
man.
coat?
Oh yeah.
No.
Big old things. Yep.
No.
Big old hood on them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Come through with one of those when somebody's cold.
That's no
You're
joke.
You're going home without it.
Yeah. You ain't having it no more. You better hold your shit.
Or don't even go that way. How about that?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was. Did you have any issues with someone trying to take any of your clothes? So, because I can already tell you were way more fortunate than a lot of people in your area. Because, for one, you had a dad, which in itself was probably mind blowing to people around you.
Exactly.
And yeah, both your parents were together, and it was like, so you were pretty fortunate. So, and it seemed like they liked you. Like a lot of parents don't like their kids, so they buy you like nice shoes and shit. I'm thinking you'd probably get robbed at one point.
Did anyone come up to you and want
People
to jack
like
your,
thinking you had
like,
money.
Hey, that's a nice backwards
Didn't
Fred
necessarily
Durst
have-
hat, homie.
Not
How about that red Fred Durst?
We get that red Fred Durst hat, bro.
not necessarily because again, I knew where to go, where not to go,
Not fucking around over
Could you
there.
listen to
Yeah.
Mama?
or
Said.
who you know, who you go to these places with. You know what I mean? Because I always leaned on the older cats. You know, that had the respect and all
Right,
these other
and you can't hang
places,
out
and
with shady people.
I can walk through because, you know, Q's walking through. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
knows Q. Everybody shows Q love. So if I come
So
through
they don't
with
even
Q,
look at you like you're a problem. then,
No,
because
no.
you're with him.
He's cool with Q,
Right.
so therefore
That makes
he's
sense.
all right with us. You know what I mean? But then again, there were the people who would say, "Hey, come with me over here." You know, I know everybody over there. They don't fuck with me, and they'd be like the most hated.
And they
in
didn't
that
know the
area.
situation, yeah.
Oh my God, you know how many fucking times it's like you had to pick and choose who you went places with, because you don't know where they're going if they're wanted over there or if they
Right.
have beef with people over there. And it's fucking ridiculous.
They were over there and they just
All I
stole
can
from
think
them or
about
something.
is the Warriors movie.
Classic, all-time classic.
Yeah, that was in New York, wasn't it? Yeah, Coney
Yeah.
Island. Yeah,
Coney Island,
We looking for them or
Broadway.
what?
When they
I
they
didn't
got
see them,
chased
but
out
I
of the
didn't
train
know about
station,
nobody.
that was
It's
72nd
weird.
Street and Broadway.
Yeah, like 3 stops from Yankee Stadium.
No, that was actually on the west side of Manhattan, kind of
But if
far.
you're hiding, you can come hide
Yeah,
over
but
there. Shit.
yeah, Coney Island, Central Park. I was born across the street
Bye.
from Central
Leave
Park,
it on
in Mount
lock.
Sinai Hospital.
Dang.
And
So a
that-
lot of people don't know New York. You can actually smell New Jersey
Oh yeah,
from there.
oh yeah. Go to the west side, you can smell New Jersey
can smell
across
it.
the goddamn Hudson
What do you
River.
mean you can smell it?
You can smell it.
You could just smell the stank.
Stink,
Just
trashy,
insignificant,
musty.
gross.
That was like getting off
rat
that was
fuck.
like getting onto the terminal in Mexico City. Just like, oh dang,
Oh,
it smells like Mexico
smell like
City.
doo-doo up in her.
Yeah. Okay, I feel you. Yeah.
Back there, but nothing beat, you know, the project smell. Smell of urine in the elevators.
Love that shit.
Oh my God! It's like you'd be surprised you went in the elevator and it wasn't smelling like pee.
Yeah, you're
What
like,
the
who
fuck?
pissed
They-
in here?
They
Who
actually
would do that?
cleaned, you know, and. Oh man, you know how many times you'd open the elevator door and the floor is just flooded with piss? Like,
Damn, like that was the place to go.
exactly,
Like
like you
Whitney
couldn't
had
go
just
in the
gotten off the
staircase
elevator.
or someplace else. It had
Yeah,
to
go
be on
piss
the elevator.
outside. What the f-
You know,
on.
and then years later they put cameras all over the projects, and people still tried doing it, and they were fucking getting arrested. for
Just
pissing in the
nonstop. Yeah,
elevator.
indecent exposure
Oh,
and
yeah.
shit.
That's the origin of facial recognition right there in the
You know?
projects.
Man, yeah, I bet now. Well, the
yeah.
way things are now, cameras. I mean, anything you do that's not in your own home, you're on video. I feel
Especially
like
in an
yeah.
elevator.
you
ask
can't
Ray,
get away with shit
Ask
now.
Ray
but-
Rice.
Ask Ray Rice
You don't
about
get away with
elevators.
shit in an elevator.
Yeah, no.
Of course. And where I used to live at, what they did was when they introduced all the cameras and shit, they took a couple of the first floor apartments, they took them over and made those like the command center. You know what I mean? So you're being watched right from the same project. You know what I mean? And within 5 minutes of you doing something or even sitting outside smoking weed, you couldn't do that anymore. They would fucking roll up on you. And if you stashed it, they would see on camera where you stashed
put
it
it.
and go right to it or call.
And then grab it.
Or call back. Like, hey, where did you see him put whatever? That's how you get caught out there. It's ridiculous now in the projects. I mean,
You can't even act bad in projects anymore.
no. They come
What's
out.
the point of living in the projects? Like,
Right, if I'm not doing bad shit
right,
24/7.
stupid shit.
When I grew up in the projects, it was the fucking best thing ever. It reminds me of Bronx Tale.
Uh-huh.
The little boy growing
Yeah.
up in the Bronx. You know what I mean? And how everything was just so happy back
Yeah.
then.
There was still murder and there was things I mean, it always happened. That's
It's
never
always
going
gonna
away.
Be there, yeah.
I went to an all-black school at one point. It wasn't all black intentionally. It was just that was the fucking area.
Not intentional.
Yeah.
You not intentional.
Right, like it wasn't like they wouldn't let me in because I was white. It was just that was there was one other white kid. It was funny because I fought the other white kid. Yeah, it was fucking
I
bizarre.
want to be the cool one with the black kids.
Yeah, no, but I
Did they
always
give
had
you guys your own separate bathroom?
separate bathroom for the two gross white kids.
Now,
Yeah,
we
so growing up in
separated
New
or
York, so you
together?
didn't really get into that much trouble.
We had where I live at, there's the FDR Drive, the highway. It runs along the side of the projects. A few blocks down, there was an old factory, Washburn. It was a wire factory. We'd go up to the roof there and throw rocks down at the cars on the highway
Yeah.
and caused a couple of accidents.
Oh yeah,
or you know, some of us would go to the roof and like throw a garbage can or something, stop the traffic.
yeah.
And you know, while the traffic
Stop traffic for
Yeah.
2 hours
So
straight.
while,
garbage can.
while the traffic is stopped, though, somebody else would be walking along the cars, and you know, whoever had that window open with the purse sitting there, or you know, just snatching and running to the projects. I mean,
Gone.
nobody's following
You're
you
gone.
into the project.
Yeah, you got to watch you.
You know what I mean? And we used to have people chase us into that factory. There was a spot in the basement that was like a moat, like, you know, just full of water and
Right,
a couple
right.
of boards. And we would run and skip across the boards.
Oh shit!
We would run, skip across the boards, and get away on the other side.
Damn.
But the people chasing us would never know that. And they would step on these boards and fall
Go right
into the
in.
water. And
Right.
we'd just take off on them.
That's like a wipeout course. You ever seen that shit?
Yeah.
So you guys were like trained for this shit.
Yeah, but it was a lot of like more funny shit.
Yeah.
Not really nothing too
Like
serious.
causing
Right.
wrecks on the
Right,
freeway.
right.
Yeah. You know,
Right.
back to
Yeah, because when you were throwing the rocks, you weren't intending for that thing to go through the windshield
Oh.
and hit somebody's face and kill them.
thank
bust their
God we
teeth
never
out.
did.
Right, and then they roll. All you're thinking as a kid is like, I'm gonna crack their windshield.
some
I'm
rocks.
not gonna do anything serious.
Let's see who
right,
can throw the
Exactly.
farthest rock.
right. Not trying to kill
Or,
somebody.
or try to hit the hood, or
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean, just to hear the crash, the
Yeah.
you know, the rock hitting against it.
Just the
Slam
thrill.
on the brakes. Just the
Something
chaos.
about
just
vandalizing
the
someone
chaos in
else's
general.
shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just something about just fucking people's shit up for no reason.
It was shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
I think the most criminal thing, other than like hustling and all that stuff like that, when crack was real big in the projects, we'd go to where all the crackheads were, and we'd ask them if they wanted free hits. Crackheads thinking a hit, or they're gonna give me a bottle of crack. or
Yeah,
whatever.
hell yeah.
They'd say, "Yeah, I want a free hit."
Yeah,
we just jump them.
Just land.
Oh, shit.
dang, that's where the knockout game originated.
Yeah,
Have you
boy.
seen that?
You know, yeah,
The
that's
knockout
ridiculous.
game. That,
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like where they just roll up on someone and just blast them.
That
It's,
shit
like,
is
crazy.
crazy.
Check it out.
That used to be our favorite shit. Though, you want a free hit? We got free hits over here. Everybody come over here. We got free hits, and we just start.
They're like,
wheeling
hell
up
yeah, let's go.
A bunch of free hits, kid.
Come on, man, free hit. You got hits all right.
That, back in high school, we would take a yellow cab, and we'd act so retarded and so fucking ridiculous in the back of these cabs that they'd pull over and tell us get the fuck out. Didn't even want no money, no
That
nothing. They would
motherfucker
just
seriously
didn't
ran
want
in.
us in the
Leave.
car anymore. And we would do that with like 3 different cabs on the way home.
Oh, shit. So
we
it was
would
like
get
a
free-
system.
Yeah, we'd get a free cab ride
All the way.
almost every day on the way home.
Dang.
Because these fucking cabbies didn't want to hear, you know, nothing about nothing.
Nothing.
You know, they just
They do, yeah.
we're in there, you know, rolling the windows down. We're yelling
Mm-hmm.
at people in the street. Fuck you, that ass, suck my dick. You know,
Yeah.
and they'd be like,
Just being a nuisance, yeah.
yeah, you know, they'd be like, get out my car right
Boom!
now.
Oh,
He's playing the knockout game with a baseball bat, dude.
dang. And that's just coming up behind somebody and
Crack.
hitting them. Damn. See? Okay. This knockout game.
Didn't even knock her out.
This
though,
shit
look.
right
He has
here.
a bat.
Yeah,
He
it didn't even put her out.
Ugh.
This shit is crazy, okay? This knockout game, running up and just hitting somebody. I want to see what you think about
That's
this.
Colin Kaepernick.
Because if
That's where he's been.
that's
huh?
where he's been.
Fucking cap.
If somebody comes up to me, like I'm out in public, I'm walking or something, and someone comes up behind me, boom, right? Somebody comes up and jacks me, plays the knockout game, fucking hits me and tries to knock me out. I could fall, right? I could just die from the hit.
Oh, yeah.
for one.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah.
hit
I
your
could
head.
fall.
Absolutely.
I could
Yeah.
hit my head and die. I could fall into traffic and die.
Could
I could
seize
fall
out,
into a
die.
piece of glass, like a sign or a door or something, and die. So I feel like it's attempted murder, is what I feel like. So
Oh,
I feel
absolutely.
like if I see somebody doing that, or they do that to me and don't knock me out or something, I should be able to shoot them in the fucking face.
A couple of times.
Right. They should, like, and if I don't have a gun on me and they do it and I don't get knocked out and for some reason, like, you can go back after them, I feel like you should be able to beat them to death.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like.
Yeah, because
Yeah, that's
at the time they did whatever they did to you, they didn't give a fuck about that.
No. Yeah. Because you could die.
It's like you said, if you fell and hit your head on the cement,
Right.
cracked your fucking skull,
Yeah, you're
Dead.
dead, dude.
it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But did that dude give a fuck about that when
No.
he did it?
No, he's just being a
absolutely
fucking.
not.
That's
So,
not
yeah.
being a nuisance. That's being a menace.
At that point,
That's
someone
being a
like
terror. That's terrorizing people.
Oh,
is
exactly.
what that
That's
is.
terrorism for sure. He's putting your life in his hands. Like,
And if I get the opportunity to get back at you, I'm gonna want to throw you off a fucking roof.
Right, I want to kill
Yeah.
you for this.
I'm gonna
Right.
wanna throw you off
because
the
you
16th
tried to
floor.
kill me. What did
Yeah.
you just try to kill me for? And they're like, no, I just tried to hit you.
And you shouldn't get in trouble for it either.
No, it should be just that's just self-defense at that point. I feel like even if he's running away and you tackle him, like you
Yeah.
should
Yeah.
that's earned.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's earned.
Or if you
smash your face until you die.
you wake up and you find out who it is 2 weeks later.
2 weeks later,
just
you
go
go.
get it.
Yeah, you go into their home, right?
It's
while
still
they're sleeping.
self-defense.
Still self-defense,
Still
right?
self-defense.
Okay. Yeah. Go get it done. Go put him to sleep in his sleep. But no, you were just being like a nuisance to
Yeah,
people.
pretty much.
Is basically what it was. That's kid stuff. That's normal stuff.
Pretty much. Crack open the door to McDonald's and throw eggs at the workers.
Oh yeah.
Then run away.
yeah.
Like, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
Fuck you for
Like,
working at
oh,
McDonald's.
man.
Some funny shit.
They
though.
already hate their lives, John B.
Yeah, they're already at the
They
bottom
hate
of the
their
barrel.
lives.
Hey, we would walk over the bridge into the Bronx. Because once you got off the bridge in the Bronx, there was a McDonald's right there on 138th Street.
Oh, dang.
And we would do that and then run back across the bridge, back into the projects. Literally.
And
Like,
nobody ever found out.
Nope.
Nobody knew. Nobody. See, that was the great thing about the 80s and the 90s. The best thing. I mean, people don't have cell phones.
Nope.
So you can't be a little pussy and be like, don't fuck around. I've got a cell phone on
I
you.
will record you.
I am recording for my safety.
Fuck you and your recording, bitch.
Yeah, there was no fucking recording. There was no, I mean, there was surveillance cameras and things, but they
Yeah.
were in banks, they were in maybe malls and shit like that, but they didn't need to be on the street corners everywhere.
Exactly.
They didn't need to be everywhere.
The old ladies where I lived were the surveillance cameras.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Those are the ones
And
who
everybody
can tell
knew.
you.
Just narc you out real
It
quick.
could tell what the
They've
fuck
seen
happened.
everything. Yeah, oh yeah.
I was right in the window. I saw it. I saw everything.
Oh, yeah. And she'll tell you that what kind of Levi's he had on.
What size?
What size they
What-
were.
waist and leg.
Oh, yeah. She'll let you
Yeah.
know. She knew everything.
But just things like that. Lee jeans, ripping off the patches off of people's Lee
Mm-hmm.
jeans. Remember Lee's?
Oh, yeah.
No. What's the significance of ripping patches off of Lee jeans?
It was just because.
Just, yeah.
Whoever
just,
had the most patches was considered, I guess, the most badass.
Just
the
bragging rights.
Exactly.
My Lee dungarees.
And just
Whatever
walk
the
up,
fuck they are.
literally walk up behind somebody and just rip the Lee patch off.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Just the thing to do.
Yeah.
It was like all the kids flossing. Like, what are you doing? I'm flossing. It's a thing to do.
Hey,
Ripping Lee tags off.
you know what I mean? And or playing You Don't Want That. I'm pretty sure you guys have played this, but just didn't know it as that name or whatever. But when somebody's eating something, smack it out of their
Just
hand.
smack it out of their hand.
You don't want that.
You don't want that.
Smack. You know.
No,
oh,
that's
man.
fucked up.
Yeah, they paid for that.
Jeez.
We used to
John
do that
V.
shit all the time.
You don't want that.
Chinese food. It doesn't matter what you were eating.
I
Slap it out
promise
your-
you do not want that.
You don't want that.
You do that now on like Instagram or Twitter. It's called a "You Don't Want That" challenge. It'll take off.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want that.
You don't want that.
Smack.
Well, you see people on Instagram, like couples doing shit like that all the
Oh,
time.
Yeah,
yeah.
like mess with each other.
Like, you know what I mean? But just to
Yeah.
random people, like, it probably would take off.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go find somebody after this.
Right?
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
go
it's
find
gotta be
some
to
random
strangers.
person.
You know what I
Can't
mean?
be to your friends. That's fucked up. It's got to
Yeah.
be to strangers.
Like, if right now, if this
Right.
was back then, and one of you guys had something, you would have to stay the fuck away from me because
Right.
I'm coming to slap it out
Protect
your hand.
yourself, right? Yeah. Yeah, you don't want that. That's funny as shit.
You don't want that.
So you haven't been back to New York for a minute. You haven't been.
I went back actually last Christmas, I want to say. I went back for my birthday and for Christmas.
Dang, I thought it was a lot longer than that.
I think
Yeah, I
it,
thought it
it
was
was, it was
longer
either
ago.
last one or 2 years ago.
Right.
It just shit happened so fast.
Just to go back.
You know what I mean?
When you go back, I mean, what do you do when you go back? Are you going to see? Do you go see specific people? Do you go see specific places?
I went, of course, to see my family that's still out there.
Right.
A couple of places to eat that I miss, you know, that they don't
Right,
have
right,
out here.
Miss those ribs.
Like Arby's.
Gotta have that burger.
No, like actually
Like,
places like BBQs
no, like
and
fucking pizza. You fucking fold in
Oh,
half.
you know,
N-
Cat's
what,
Deli,
John B.
Patsy's
What's your favorite
Pizza.
style? What's your favorite kind of pizza? I've been dying to ask you for a while. Is it New York style?
New York style. Patsy's
Oh,
Pizza.
New York
It's
styles.
cooked in a charcoal oven.
Okay.
Oh, I had that in Mexico. A wood oven pizza.
Yeah.
And this
good.
fucking
Oh, God, dude.
this place has been around since about 1912 in the neighborhood.
And what's it called?
Patsy's.
Patsy's.
Patsy's. And every year on their anniversary, they roll back the prices to when they first opened.
So it's
you can
like-
get
Oh, dang.
You can get a whole cheese pie, 15 cents, 20 cents.
No.
Yeah.
That's killer.
This place is fucking...
They sell pie?
See, and that's why cities like that flourish so
I
much
mean,
because
it's
they have places like that.
historical. I mean, politicians, actors.
When I think of New
So
York,
everybody
anybody
knows
who's
about it.
anybody has been there, and it's Italian. They have a back room where I'm pretty sure a lot of mafiosos been back there.
Oh yeah,
and,
poker
you know what I mean?
table
Just
back
keeping it
there,
real.
cigar smoke going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know when I went, I
the
mafiosos, I like that.
man,
Yeah, oh yeah, one of those guys. Goodfellas.
I'm pretty sure they arranged to whack a bunch of people in that place. You know what I mean?
Ooh man,
And then it's a block away from Pleasant Avenue where the Irish Italians were.
right. And they were
You know what I
doing
mean?
the same shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, everybody's getting theirs. That's how that shit works.
It's like Ninja Turtle style pizza, just like dripping with cheese.
Ooh man,
Man,
New York.
That's the
Dang.
fucking best pizza. Well, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Then there's Cat's Deli.
okay.
Are there any Little
Have
Caesars
you
out there?
have any of you guys? This is an old movie, so I'm probably giving up my age here a little bit. But When Harry Met Sally, have any of you guys?
Oh
ever
yeah,
seen
I've
that
seen
movie?
that.
No.
Remember the scene where?
Well, Q hasn't seen shit.
Remember the scene where they're sitting down eating and she's faking the orgasm?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's in Cat's Deli. You know, it's,
Wow,
that's
that's
another
crazy.
one of those places where everybody who's
Everybody
somebody
goes.
has been there.
Right.
You know. But
Wow.
I had a good time when I went back. Went to the old neighborhood and saw a bunch of the same people that was reinforced my decision to leave. Like I felt I really made the good choice.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you leave in 2015, you see who's standing out there or doing whatever.
Right.
You come back 2 years later and they're
They're
still
still
standing
standing
in
there
the
doing the
same
same
spot.
shit.
Same shit.
Same
You know what I
shit.
mean?
Literally
Yeah.
same spot too.
Literally.
Right next to that fire
The
hydrant.
same corner, right by the mailbox. And it's like, dude, really? I've been gone for 2 years and you still standing there.
Did you leave?
You know?
Did you move?
Man, yeah. What did you even do that whole time?
Shit.
And they're just doing what they do,
They just
trying
do
to get more crack, or
they
trying to
do.
sell more crack,
Trying to sell more crack, or,
just doing what they do.
I
Just out there getting it done.
I do have to give, NYPD a little bit of props because they've cleaned that place up a lot. It's
I
because
bet.
of the cameras, though.
Right? Yeah. No.
You know
yeah.
what I
It goes
mean?
back to the camera.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for
absolutely.
those cameras,
It's undeniable. It's undeniable. If they have your face, they can prove it's you.
yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, you're
It's
gone.
over. It's over.
Can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's all evidence.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
good. I
shit,
mean, it's
yeah.
good. They keep that shit out of there.
Yeah, but some of the same crackheads are still out there,
Yeah.
begging for change in front of the same spot where they were begging for change before.
Right. They
And
just
we're
need to
talking
get that
almost
211.
5 years, like
Yeah.
half a decade.
Walking around with three-legged chairs trying to sell them to you, and
Yeah.
just broken radios.
That
shit
is not
with
the way to live.
hangers, fucking spoiled meat.
See, they have that in San Francisco, except it's guys out there playing fucking drums on their 5-gallon paint drums.
Right.
Like,
They
Banging
do
in
that.
your face.
they're
Give me tips.
good.
Yeah,
They're
they
good.
do that on the subway platforms.
Yeah.
a lot. in New York.
Yeah.
But usually it's like some kid just trying to get some pocket money. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Oh, and they can
Some
get a lot of
cush-
cash.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
Kush money.
If they look like a genuine person, like this person's playing an instrument, yeah, oh yeah, they'll make some money.
Or like the guys that breakdance
Uh-huh.
on the inside the train itself.
I didn't even hear you
And
guys.
this is
How long
with
you guys been there?
passengers and all the poles where you hold on. And
Uh-huh.
the train is moving, rocking, jumping. And these fucking dudes are doing whole dancing with the stars routines.
And the whole cab's fucking.
yeah, but then they
Antonio Brown's out there with his mask on.
then they walk around with that cup or that hat, and you
Yeah.
see everyone in the fucking subway car giving them
Giving
something.
them, yeah, at least a buck or something. Yeah,
That's
you know,
right. So
you make
I
a
would-
lot of money doing that the whole day.
Yeah.
And it's perfectly legal to do as long as you buy a ticket.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
There's this boy in
It's great
Mexico that has
because essentially it's just people giving you money.
Yeah.
So you go. So of course you have your favorite meals. You go see your favorite people. Do you go see your favorite places?
I went to a couple of places. I mean, not necessarily that they're my all-time favorite, but growing up, you've been there, and when you go back and you visit, and you're trying to find things to do, you want to go to places like that,
Right.
because you know more or less what's going to happen there, how much time
Mortality
you're going to
rate
spend
right
there.
now.
Yeah.
for
You know what I
COVID
mean?
is
You go to
close
Times
to
Square in
zero.
New York
And
City.
it's home for you, and you're comfortable there.
Right.
Right.
That's your
and,
home.
and I can deal with the hustle and the bustle and the traffic and the people and the
Hey, I'm
rudeness.
driving here.
It's all
Exactly,
normal. It's all
you
normal
know?
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good for me.
John V.
And
They
that
probably don't call you John.
Hey, Ma, you see John V's back in town.
fucking guy, he's back. I actually had a moment like that. I get to the projects and go in the grocery store. As I'm going in the grocery store, one of the older cats that, for whatever reason, still living in the fucking projects.
Just doing it.
You know what I mean? And,
Getting it done.
But he's like, "Oh shit, John, man, long time no see. How you been?" And like, I had some friends with me from here that took the trip with me,
Right.
and they were fucking shocked and amazed. Like, where do you know that guy from? He said he loves you. I'm like, I grew up with him, and
Yeah.
it was no big deal to me. But to the people I was with, they were like, "Oh wow,"
They were like,
you know what I
wow.
mean? They were like really impressed.
Like family almost.
And you went with that family we were talking about earlier. Right.
The fan band.
So the people back here, back home, that know John V but don't know John V.
Like, who's John V?
Who the fuck is John V? So John V goes back. We're like, well, he's going back to New York, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, he's going home.
John V loves social media. He's gonna post some pictures.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Uh huh.
So John V starts posting pictures of a couple local places in New York.
Like, maybe Statue of Liberty. Went
Right.
there.
Right. Went to a couple places.
Couple
Had a couple
places.
pictures and was thinking like, if John V's from New York, why is he acting like a tourist?
He's like a tourist.
Because of these people that I was
So you were
with.
touring.
I was basically the
Okay.
tour guide for them.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know?
that makes.
I mean,
yeah.
but it was,
That makes sense.
no, when we discussed the
something
trip,
that fucking simple, dude.
It's something that simple.
when we discussed the trip, they were like, it's our anniversary. We want to do something special. We want to go to New York. We want you to come with us
Let's
and
go do it.
be the tour guide. I mean, it was a great fucking time. But that would explain why I was like at Ground Zero.
Yeah.
Right. See, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Empire
retired Navy.
State.
He's retired Navy, so I took him to the Navy Monument down by
Right.
Ground Zero. I don't know if you saw the picture. I'm standing.
Oh,
in
yeah.
front of a
Yeah, oh,
big
yeah.
ass-
We saw
Every
them
one
all.
of them.
All right, the
Yeah.
picture in front of the huge like eagle. That's the Navy Monument down in New York.
Yep.
You
and
know
then a
what I mean?
bull. You were in
The
front
bull.
of a
That's
bull.
in.
Front of a
That's
bull,
in.
yeah.
That's the Wall Street area, the financial district.
Yeah.
You know
So you went to? Did you go to Times Square?
Yeah, we went to Times
You buy
Square.
some Ninja Stars and a cheap Rolex that breaks as soon as it rains.
Hell no. But they wanted to. And I'm like, no, stay away. Stay away. That's not gonna last you half an hour. Trust me.
Yeah. They got their "I Love New York" shirts on already.
No, but we did all of that. We bought the I Love New York shirts. See, but they wanted
overwhelming.
They wanted the perspective of a New York. You know, the typical tourist thing.
Right.
Even though
They want to know where actually to go because they're going to say, "I want to go to the Statue of Liberty." And
Yeah.
you're going to be like, "No, fuck no. We're going to go down this street and we're going to
Exactly.
look at the
I'd
Statue
be like,
of
I want
Liberty."
to check out the project.
Right.
Johnny's like,
We're not
no,
going there.
No.
Now that you mentioned we're gonna go to the projects, I took them to where I
To where
grew
you
up.
grew up.
Scared the shit out of him.
No, actually,
man.
no. They were good. They were pretty good.
And this is just a beautiful white family that's
You know, and-
probably scared to death.
Beautiful
And
wife.
I took them right in front of the building where I grew up at and pointed up and said that was my bedroom. And I used to throw eggs
Wow.
out that window.
Dang.
And
This is
5
where we
minutes
used to
later,
stop traffic.
5 minutes
So we
later,
used to throw dumpsters onto the freeway,
You know?
kill people.
5 minutes later, we run into the guy I was telling you about coming out the store.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why at sometimes they looked at so touristy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's great.
Um,
That's such a simple explanation.
Yeah.
No, but then
Yeah.
you know we visited with my family, and then we went to eat local places, and so yeah, it was pretty good. It was an awesome trip.
That's cool. Well, that's cool to do because, like the Statue of
Yeah,
Liberty
yeah.
thing. It's like, well, I want to go to this restaurant. You're like, no, that's not even a fucking real restaurant. You want to go to a restaurant?
You
Let's
want
go.
some
Let's
pizza?
go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You want some
Exactly.
pizza?
yeah, that's
Like-
what it is because you
Exactly.
knew the area.
Hey.
Yeah.
They wanted pizza. I took them to Patsy's.
Yeah.
You know, they wanted good, pastrami sandwiches, whatever the case was. I took them to Katz.
Right.
On
They
the
didn't
Lower
say
East Side,
right. They
you know
didn't
what I
run
mean?
into somebody on the street. Hey, where's good pizza? And they were like, go to Sbarro right there.
Yeah, you
There's
know,
a Domino's around the corner.
Who's fucking Pizza Hut like upstate somewhere?
No, and
Yeah,
they
no.
still
You
talk
knew where to
about-
go.
They still talk about that pizza.
Oh, I
and,
bet.
And that Cat's Deli till this day.
Dang, Cat's Deli. See, I love the place, and I've never even been there.
Ooh, I love me some Cat's Deli. Now I've
Cat's
never.
Deli.
I just can imagine.
No,
yeah,
On
yeah.
Houston Street on the Lower East Side of Manhattan.
Ooh, man.
Nah.
Right where Spider-Man lives.
Dang, let's go to New York.
I mean,
I'm
it's
hungry as
fucking
fuck.
Amazing. Like,
That's so funny because so many stories stemmed from that, John V. I can't even.
Yeah, you have no idea. Dude.
Really?
But-
So when some people that
Enlighten me.
like to gossip, right? When
oh yeah.
so right, like if John V left, we're talking shit about John V. We don't do that with John V.
No,
people don't do that with John V. Because we're all on the same page. I'm telling you, when I say everybody that you know, that we know, like we all mutually know,
Yeah.
thinks the same way we do
where
about
did like?
the trip because when we saw the trip, we're like, well, okay, well he's a tourist in his own city.
Yeah,
That's very
it's a
odd.
little weird. I don't. Come
And-
Is he really from New York?
Right?
Yeah,
Is he from New
yeah.
Is he
York?
coming here talking shit about?
Is he running
Yeah.
away from Iowa because he murdered 12 people?
Yeah.
Is he?
Where did John V come from? Like, I didn't know if you ran a church bus full of nuns off the road and burned them to death.
No, we
Like you blew up a child's hospital in Texas somewhere and you were on the run.
no we.
Or you slaughtered a whole bunch of animals at the local SPCA and just fucking dipped on out.
Or you jumped the border from Spain and you just were here illegally.
I swam the river.
Or you came from the Dominican to try to play baseball.
Little Papi.
That's funny. No, because that's seriously what we thought. I mean, I'm talking Christine. I'm talking everybody that stems from
like-
all 20 of Christine's kids, all the people we know.
Only 20?
It's crazy. And we were like, man, so what is up with John V?
Yeah, it was just who I was with.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And it's that simple.
Yeah, they just wanted to see the city and they wanted to see it. You know, they had a couple of things in mind, but basically everything else was through the eyes of John V. Is
Right.
how we want to look at.
I wanted
New
to
York.
experience.
You know what I mean?
Like,
Right.
if you wanted to show someone New York, what would you show them?
I wouldn't do the tourist traps.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
oh, yeah.
a lot of the culture and the excitement and the really good people are all in the neighborhoods where you grew up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Off the beaten path, not where everyone else is, not at the tourist trap.
Yeah, fuck. So we thought, every time you went back to New York for a trip or some shit, we were thinking, like, is he going back for court? Like, is he settling for something?
Yeah, like what?
And none of that shit was happening.
Nope.
This guy's going back and seeing the Statue of Liberty, which he grew up next to.
Yeah.
Like, what?
We're kind of bummed out. That kind of bums me out a little bit. I thought there was some cool,
No court
serious
cases.
shit.
I wasn't going to, bust somebody's ass and then catch a flight back to
Yeah,
nobody
like,
knows.
I gotta go handle some
Yeah,
business
John B's
back
going home
home
to handle some business.
Nah,
Just to
Yeah,
bounce
that's
on
what we
back.
thought.
just go home, see the family, enjoy. That's it.
Play
Yeah.
tour.
Didn't
come
mean to
back
break your
home.
fucking hearts. I know.
Right?
I'm not as I'm not John Gotti. I'm just John.
Just John V.
John V.
So yeah, so you've been here for 4 years.
4 years
About
at the end of this month.
at the end of this month, almost 4 years. You have another job, so you just keep kind of climbing the ladder in life.
Ooh,
Pretty much.
stacking that
And
Skrilla.
Still riding a bike, still humble,
That's it.
How much do
Still
you
me.
pay?
just living, just being
how-
John V.
So you fill up your bike with gas. How long does that gas tank last you?
It goes 400 miles to the tank
I think I'm still on the gas I put in 2012.
when
So
you fucking got
Hey.
here.
pretty economical if you ask me.
And you've even upgraded bikes over the years.
Oh yeah,
Oh man,
I had that.
you're
stiff,
riding like on a $5,000 piece of fucking machinery at this point.
No shocks in the front and
Oh
the
man,
back. Watch
that
out
thing's
now.
ridiculous. Lights all over it and shit.
Oh shit! Well, I gotta be seen at night.
Yeah.
This fucking
Well, yeah,
town
this
could
town will fucking pull you over. No
not.
lights on your bike.
run you the fuck over.
Hands
Yeah.
up, don't shoot, blap, blap, you're
Or
dead.
the 300,000 drunk drivers won't see you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pull you over in this town for not being drunk and driving.
Right, they catch you when you're
You
not
know why
drunk.
I pulled you over? You're driving a little too good. You been
Yeah.
drinking tonight?
Staying in the lanes, boy.
You're obeying the speed limit. What's
Mm-hmm.
wrong with you?
Yeah.
Just like the dude that was following you around thinking you were stealing his shit.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then started talking to you like you were a
Yeah.
fucking piece of garbage.
John V.
Security.
What do you?
Security.
Yeah, I heard Walmart. What's this I hear about Walmart? What do you shop at Walmart?
I was walking around just looking at shit. But I was shopping, getting a couple of things. But I would notice every fucking aisle I went to, the same guy is standing at the end of the aisle,
Oh, yeah.
pretending to be looking at shit, but at the same time he's peeking over at me.
These are great looking
You know what I
batteries
mean?
on this end cap.
And I noticed it, and I got fucking pissed off.
Yeah, because you knew what was
You
happening.
know, and then I see the little FBI earpiece.
Yo,
little
Jesus,
curly tail
yeah.
thing.
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yo,
And I'm
yeah.
like, oh,
Oh yeah,
this fucking.
he's talking to headquarters.
I'm like,
Yeah.
the fucking guy's security. No wonder. I'm like, but there's hundreds of people in this store, and you're just following me around.
Right.
You know? So
There's like teenagers throwing balls 2 aisles over.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people making YouTube videos of doing stupid shit in the store
Yeah.
that
Kids
you can
crying
be,
and shit that
Yeah.
should be kicked
You
out
know
of the
what I
store.
mean?
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And the lady's beating her kid up in fucking housewares over there.
Shit, nobody gives a fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just looking at shit, and you're following me everywhere I go. So I know he's security.
Yeah, and this was during the day. This wasn't like
Yeah, it's-
1 o'clock in the morning. You were walking around like a
No,
lunatic.
this was like maybe 6:30 in the evening.
Right.
Like 6:30
Prime
in the
time.
evening. And I know he's security. He doesn't know that I know. So
Well, you're doing the New York watching.
Oh yeah, so I start yelling at the guy like, "Sir, why are you following me? You're making me uncomfortable. I'm gonna get security on
What
you."
is your badge number?
And he comes out
Quit
with,
following
you know,
me!
he comes out with, "Oh, I'm loss prevention," and I'm like, "I don't give a fuck who you are. Why are you like watching me?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I said, "Why you
Yeah,
watching
how many
me?"
things did you see me steal?
Yeah.
Somebody else is stealing right from under your fucking nose while
Yeah.
you're too busy watching me. You know what I
The
mean?
girl in the makeup aisle.
And there was a senior citizen, an old lady standing by, and I made the comment to the guy, I should wait for you to get off of work so I can bust your ass.
Mm-hmm.
And the lady, she called.
She was scared to death.
Oh yeah.
She
Oh,
called,
yeah.
She called Silent.
Oh, this
TV.
guy's got an accent.
This guy's got a Puerto Rican / black accent. I can't do this.
The guy's in the store making threats, he's gonna beat people
Yeah,
up.
this guy's crazy.
You know, and I'm pretty sure she must have even said, I'm afraid, I'm nervous.
Oh yeah, scared for my life.
You know, and
yeah.
once an old person gets on the phone to the cops with shit,
Oh,
like
yeah,
that,
Oh,
the cops are
they
coming.
come running.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? The way
What do you
out-
mean? There's children playing football on the road. I'll be right there.
On the way out, on the way out the store, Fallon PD comes, and the guy's still fucking following me as I'm walking out the store.
Uh-huh.
And you know, Fallon PD's like, "Oh, you're in here making threats to cause
Oh,
bodily
yeah.
harm to people, causing a disturbance."
The guy with huge arms,
yeah.
imaginary
You know what I mean?
lat syndrome. He's
Yeah.
got.
Yep.
And it was a bunch of bullshit. Like, I didn't get arrested or anything. I got a summons,
Right.
and I go to fucking court to answer for the summons, and the judge is like, you know, tell me what happened. I tell him what happened. He's like, you know, we take threats and of violence and all that shit
Yeah.
very serious
Fuck
here in
outta
this small
here.
town.
Yeah.
And, you know, you just can't be walking around and do that. I'm gonna give you 10 days.
Treating you like an outsider.
You're going to jail, New York.
He told me 10 fucking days.
10. You did 10 days for
But
that.
this is what I don't understand about this town too, because they tell you 10 days, but he's like, yeah, but you can do it on the weekends or on your days off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
New
Like
York,
you're-
they tell you 10 days.
It's like you're
Where the fuck is Q for
starting
the last
now.
10 days?
Yeah.
starting now.
Like,
It's like you're
yeah,
going to
starting
jail right
3
now.
minutes from now. Go.
Like they're giving
You
you
know?
your sentence as they're cuffing you.
Yeah.
And,
Like,
and where I was working at the time, I was hearing that from people who would go there all the time. Oh, yeah, I got to go in this weekend, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, I didn't think about it right then and there. I had to call back to the court, like, I can't do 10 days.
Uh-huh.
I can't, because people that, you know, see me at my job are going to be there.
They're gonna
Oh,
see
yeah.
you in
You
there.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah.
So they ended up putting a fucking ankle monitor on me for
Right.
20
I
fucking
remember
days. For 20 fucking days. Yeah, I told you.
Yeah.
I told you. Because I wasn't coming to the games or nothing.
Right.
I
It's
Like, where the
couldn't-
fuck's John
You
V?
know, I couldn't come out.
You
And
gotta
then I
cover
had
the
to,
whole
that's-
side of this
yeah,
field.
That's what I told everybody. John V's going on a trip.
Yeah.
and I had to tell, you know, like, hey, I had this
I was
shit
like,
on
oh,
my
is he gonna be
ankle.
go be play tourist?
Because it was
in
going to
fucking
be
New York
work
again?
home, work home, work
Work
home,
home, and of all fucking places, I was allowed to go shopping
Right.
at Walmart.
Oh, that's right. I did see you in Walmart. Not
Yeah.
I was like, hey, where's your boy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
He got fired from there.
I seen him
Not
today
long
in
after.
Walgreens. I seen him today. Now that we're
Was he
talking
loss
about
prevention?
him- no, but he was fucking walking behind me, and
He thought you were stealing.
I mean, I guess he was in the same aisle looking for something. But yeah, I'm like, this fucking dude doesn't leave me the fuck alone.
Like, dude, is he still behind me?
So John B fucking whooped his ass.
I already did my
again.
time, bro.
And then check
With
this
10 more
shit
Oh
out.
yeah,
days,
you gotta
bitch.
beat his ass now.
He goes to the end of the aisle, picks up something, looks at it like half-heartedly, like he's not really looking at
Oh,
it,
yeah.
and then puts it down and walks away. Like, okay, this guy's all right. He's not doing anything.
Right.
And I was like, this motherfucker. And then you guys asked me about it today. It's so ironic.
Motherfuckers lost prevention.
Loss prevention at Walgreens.
Walgreens. What are you gonna steal out of Walgreens? I mean,
Yeah, all the good
Yeah,
meds are
dude,
in the pharmacy locked up.
That's crazy.
yeah, but that guy was a real dick. Like, he'd
Oh yeah,
go,
real fucking dick.
he'd go into, you know, they have the round displays of clothes.
Yeah.
He'd
yeah.
go weasel his way to the middle inside and
No
pull
way.
I've seen
Oh
him
yeah.
do it.
He did it in between the
He's
the
done it.
fuck,
I've seen it plenty of times.
Oh,
He'll
that's
peel
crazy.
clothes and
That's
start
so
fucking
funny.
peeking
like
through.
a creeper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dang.
I've seen him peek through in the automotive area. I've seen him stand behind the tires and look down like towards the aisle.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He's one of those. He'll move something out the aisle and just stand there and just
Yeah.
watch whatever the fuck you're doing.
That's crazy.
I've seen it so many times. Him looking at other people in the store, like, look at this dumb.
Yeah, you're like, what are you doing, dude?
Why are
Other
you-
customers are seeing you do
Why are
this.
you hiding in the clothes?
Yeah, you're
rack,
terrible
sir?
at your
Like,
job.
You know.
God, explains why you got fired. Walgreens.
That's why we're gonna Walgreens.
Yeah, Walgreens here soon is just gonna be like, dude, this guy. what the
Yeah, we're losing money ever since he's gotten here. You know.
He was hiding in the freezer section.
Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous. But yeah, that was the whole.
I saw John
Big
B in
behind that.
Walmart like right around that time. He just like whizzed past. I'm like, damn, John B was unfriendly tonight. I was like, oh, he's not allowed to be in here. Like, he's on a mission. He's
Yeah.
got to get
And if
shit
that-
and go.
Yeah, get your shit and get out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If that had been New York, you'd have been like, you better
yeah.
count your teeth,
No,
boy.
You know why? No, because loss prevention in New York, them motherfuckers think they're tough. they'll come and put a hand on you and try to like
Oh yeah,
escort
but
you
you
out
got to
the
be
store
stealing
and-
though, right? I mean, they got to know.
Yeah, but you get some of them who take the job a little bit way
Like they're
too
Right.
serious.
police,
And
like
they could
they're
probably
cops.
swear they
Oh,
saw you steal
absolutely.
something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, but they want to put hands on you to escort you out the store. And of course, you're not going to let nobody
Yeah,
put
no, I'm
hands
fighting
on
you,
you.
especially a
No,
Walmart
no,
employee.
no,
Just in
absolutely
life
not.
in general, I am so much farther than you. It's not even funny.
You know, and like the guys you go
You
to
don't
the
even have a
store,
fucking yellow vest on, bro.
Not even a person. You barely have a soul
you know,
because
and
you work for that trash company.
some places you go to, say like you have a bike or something, you know, you take it in the doorway and you set it off to the side, and most places they don't give a fuck about that.
Right.
But
Yeah.
then you got guys that are like, no, get that fucking thing out of here, put that shit outside, and I don't give a fuck. And I'm like, but if my bike gets stolen or whatever the case is,
Like, I ain't got no wheels.
you're gonna replace?
Right,
No,
true.
fuck, I don't got
Yeah,
no
you
wheels.
better replace
You're gonna
the thing.
replace it? Like, you're gonna
Yeah.
give me money for whatever I'm about to
You gonna let
lose
me
if it
ride
gets
out with the
stolen?
bike out of this
Yeah,
bitch?
oh, yeah.
You know, and they just take it way too
Yeah.
fucking serious.
Oh yeah. And it's because they're just bad at life. That's all it
Exactly.
is. I completely support stealing from Walmart. I hope everybody does it. I swear to God. Every time I go in this bitch, you see this Red Bull? This $4 Red Bull right here that I'm drinking?
Courtesy of Walmart.
Came from Walmart. Thank you, Walmart. That was free 50 fucking free. I hope everybody in the world just starts stealing a Red Bull or two from Walmart
It adds up.
and they just go under.
Still
Yeah.
to this day, I'm like, how the fuck you end up here? I just got on my grind here in Fallon, and here I am today. You know,
When's the are you planning a New York trip now?
this December actually.
Oh, yeah. When
Okay.
are we going? What day? What day are we leaving?
In December, it sounds like.
December again for my birthday.
We might
and for
have to do
Christmas.
another special episode
From New York.
from New York with John V.
Hey, if we can make that happen,
I
why
think
the
we could
fuck
probably
not?
make that happen. I do want to go to New York. My wife wants to see New York.
Okay.
But more than New York, my wife wants to see Boston. And I would like to go back to Boston. And like I'm not from there, so it would be I would be that tourist buying Ninja Stars, and I love like
New
I
York
heart
shirts.
New York shirts.
And, you
Taking
know,
pictures at the
Yeah.
Statue of Liberty.
Oh yeah.
$20 Rolexes.
Stuff
Right.
that people from New York don't do because they live there.
Fucking
Yeah. Normal people doing normal shit trying
Right.
to get their fucking day done.
You buy a bootleg DVD movie where
Oh, man.
you can see the person in front of you walking back and forth, blocking out the screen in the movie
Oh, shit.
theater.
Oh, that's fucking.
How much do those go for?
Those goes for $5 a pop.
Dang.
But it was so bad with it in the beginning that it would literally be someone sitting in the movie theater with a camera, and if the person in front of you got up to
You'd
go
see
to the
them. Oh,
bathroom
yeah.
or whatever, you'd see them walking back and forth.
Just taking
That's
you know,
retarded.
and
footage of
every-
a screen.
Every movie always started crooked. You know, the person trying to adjust
Oh yeah,
the
until
camera
they got
to
it
try to get
because they
the
couldn't
right-
see shit.
Exactly.
They couldn't even see in there.
You know, but
Setting
then
the tripod up and it's like in the corner of the screen.
Yeah.
yeah, then it got better. You know, cameras got better and shit like that. So, but yeah, the bootleggers, they're still out there. They're still out there.
Now they're
You
just
get a bootleg
bootlegging,
any fucking thing in New
MP3
York.
files.
Yeah, you could
Oh,
get
yeah.
a bootleg anything. Bootleg MP3
Scan,
player.
scan this
Yeah.
QR code for $5 and I'll get you this DVD.
Oof.
Beep. No, for real. Beggars in China. My boss just went to China. He was saying they don't. Nothing's cash in China. Everything's through your phone. So
Really?
they give like the homeless people QR codes, and if you want to give them money, you just scan their code and donate money that way. Like
Wow.
no
That's
shit.
crazy.
Yeah.
I'm glad we don't live in communist China.
And then she takes like a percentage of that.
Of course.
Oh yeah, yeah. Communism at its
Yeah,
best.
Cheese got to get his cut.
Oh man.
You ever travel outside of the country?
Only to Puerto Rico. Never been really any place else. Yeah, my travel resume is shitty. I've not really been to many places. Been to a bunch of different states now, but
Where were you when they built the ladder to heaven?
trying to knock that shit back down.
Oh yeah. So 9/11. Do you remember 9/11?
Yeah.
Where were you during?
I was in
during
second
9/11?
grade.
I was
Wow.
actually
That's-
home.
I was in 9th grade. Booze
Say-
class.
Booze class.
I was home actually. Came
Mm-hmm.
across the news, and I spent some time down there.
And you were in. How old were you?
I
9/11.
was-
Because I was in 9th grade. He was in second. You said?
2001, I was about what 24, 25.
Oh, okay. So
That's how-
you're.
I'm-
So
hey,
you're
I'm 24,
So
I'm
you're
gonna be
stupid in your
25.
20s, but you're adult enough to be
Yeah.
like affected
Damn, this is
to
like
your
a big-
core
this
from
is a
this.
big
Well,
deal.
I was in the New York Guard at that time.
Mhm.
So,
Oh, okay.
Like the
Oh, so you were in
National
National
Guard?
Guard.
yeah.
So then I
you
had to,
animal.